All right, so ended up pulling it into the rough here. It's not, the rough is really thick. That's something about this golf course that, like I said, it's a little less manicured, right? So the rough is thick, the fairways are thick, everything's thick. Problem is I have this tree right there. The pin's over there to the left. Now, something I've learned is when you're hitting out a thick rough, the ball doesn't tend to spin very much. So if you're trying to hit a draw and curl it around, chances are it's gonna go straight. So I think my only option, which I don't love, because like I said before, I've learned that when you're hitting out of really thick stuff, it's way easier to cut down on the ball and try to hit a bit of a cut than to try to hit a draw or to try to keep it low, or else I might end up hitting a shot like I did before that only goes like 40, 50 yards. So, however, I have to give this an aggressive try. So I'm thinking if I put the ball further back in my stance, that's going to allow me to come in a little bit steeper, hopefully keep the ball low and try to chase something up there. It's 190 yards to the pin. So I'm going to try to keep something low just on the right of these branches and see if I can chase something up to on the green or at least close to the green, give myself a chance at chipping and getting up and down for par. So here we go. So ball a bit further back in my stance. I'm choking down a little bit on the club to give me more control of a 5-iron. I'm going to aim to the right side, expecting this to come out a little bit to the left because of the thick rough. Lock it in, and let's put a really good swing on this. And I did the exact same thing as last time. I think it's really just not fully committing to that downward blow. You know what? Since I have a little bit of time, I'm gonna hit another one just for practice. This isn't the US Open. Curious to know in the comments if, when you're playing by yourself or even in a practice round like I'm doing now, do you allow yourself to hit second shots sometimes if you're trying to learn, right? There's a learning experience, which is why I'm out here. So set up pretty much the exact same shot, more or less the same lie. Now let's see if I can maybe hit down a little bit more and try to get it out the way that I intended on that first shot. There it is. So something I'm learning as I go with this crazy game is when you have these opportunities to learn from mistakes. So a couple times now, I've been in thick rough with a 5-iron, trying to keep the ball low and chase it up with a draw. First time I failed and I kept going. This time I failed and I decided, you know what? There's no one behind me. I have some time on my hands. I'm gonna try and see if I can hit the shot that I wanted to hit, which I just did. I hit it perfectly. Low draw, went right around the tree. I'm not sure how close I am to the green or to the pin, but it should be right on line. It was heading right for it. So now, though I have to go hit that other shot and try to do the best I can with that, at least I'm walking away from this experience with this really positive memory of a really positive shot. I hit the shot I want. So the next time I find myself in this type of situation, I'm gonna remember this one. I'm not gonna remember the mistake. I'm gonna remember the good shot I hit. And technically, so you know, what I did is I actually went a little more shallow, realizing that by being too steep, that might be actually what caused the ball to stay really low and go down and not get any height. By coming in a little more shallow, it gave the ball more of a chance to kind of use the loft of the club, and that's how I was able to produce that draw. So I'm also learning how to understand the technical aspects of the game, but from a mental perspective, you're always in a position to learn. Any missed shot is an opportunity to learn, and I think that's extremely important if you're trying to get better. All right, guys, so that bullet draw, that second shot that I hit, that's where it is. So as you can see, it's about, I don't know, 10 feet from the pin. So again, I know it doesn't count for my score, but feels really good to know that I was able to pull off that shot.